What's up, guys? It's your girl T, aka the Nappy Headed Jojoba, and today I just wanted to do a quick update slash introduction. I say introduction because in my most recent Get Ready With Me, which I'm sure some of you didn't watch, I mentioned that I was doing a program called the Gauge Girl 6-Week Shred. Gauge Girl Training, she has a channel here on YouTube, but basically it's run by Christine. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her last name. In any event, she does online coaching and meal plans for people who have various fitness, health, weight loss goals. She does custom plans. She does plans for people who are preparing for a fitness or figure competition, the whole nine. But she also has programs called 6-Week Shreds where you basically follow the program for that duration, and the goal is to basically just have a kickstart to start off your weight loss program, or perhaps you're toward the end of your weight loss and you aren't really making progress on your own and you need to follow a program that has your macros and nutrition super dialed in, but you don't want to put that together yourself. In any event, I am about halfway through, actually mercifully just more than halfway through, the 6-Week Shred paleo version. And in that Get Ready With Me where I first mentioned that I was doing it, I raised some concerns. At that point, I think I was about 2 weeks in, and my plan was to do at least 3 weeks and then reassess if I was going to continue on a week-by-week basis. Because it has its upsides, but it also has a lot of downsides, and in my opinion, if something isn't working for you and you also aren't necessarily happy while doing it, it's not worth continuing. Today is Wednesday, which is day 24 of the program for me. You can probably not see that at all on my little tablet here. And again, this isn't a full-on review. This is just kind of updating those of you who are interested on whether I was going to continue the plan or not. The answer is yes, I am going to continue, and I pretty much committed to continuing all the way to the end. I've decided to go ahead and see this through and complete this plan because, one, like I said, I'm on day 24. So by the end of this week, I'll only have 2 more weeks to go. So it doesn't really seem worth it to me to bail at that point because I am seeing results and I am making progress. I decided to weigh myself at the beginning of week 3. I had also weighed myself, I think it was actually on day 2 rather than day 1 because I forgot, which low-key was probably a subconscious decision to forget to weigh myself on day 1 because I generally avoid weighing myself. It does not put me in a good mood ever. Long story short, from week 1 to week 3, I have lost 10 pounds. Don't get excited. There's absolutely no way that I've lost 10 pounds of body fat in just 3 weeks. That's basically impossible unless you're already very, very obese and you're like on the Biggest Loser ranch. For a person like me who's just moderately overweight, there's just no way I lost 10 pounds of fat in 3 weeks. Not happening. What I do find more useful is my photos because I can look at my photos from day 1 versus now. I took photos on day 1 of week 4, which was this Monday, 2 days ago. And I can also tell by how my clothes fit that I'm definitely leaning out. I'm getting rid of this puppy weight. And I'm generally feeling a lot more comfortable in my own skin. Last year when we did the Juicy in June challenge, and then on my own on my blog I did the Juicy in July challenge, and a couple of you joined me since that was a blog only challenge and not one that I did here on the channel. I was looking pretty fit, for me anyway, at the end of July and into August last year, and then in September I got my dog. Raising a puppy on my own ended up throwing me completely off my workout schedule, and once that goes out the window, the clean eating tends to fall off for me too. I'm very much all or nothing in terms of living right. I'm working on it. Long story short, I'm making progress. I'm not really enjoying this, but 2.5 more weeks is not a long time. That is a very short amount of my life. And once I'm in the zone and feeling disciplined about something, I'm pretty good about seeing things through. That's something that I kind of know about myself. So I've made it this far, I may as well finish. And because I know that at least when I have searched YouTube for reviews on the Gauge Girl 6-Week Shred program, when I've looked for reviews and typed it into the search bar, Gauge Girl 6-Week Shred review comes up in the predictive text, but all of the results are unrelated or they're from Gauge Girl. So I think it's about time that somebody who did this program actually did an in-depth review on their experience once it's over with. I've got a ton of notes that I've been keeping throughout the weeks on my phone in terms of the pros, cons, and just general thoughts, so it'll be a pretty in-depth review once it's time to do that. And I'm also looking forward to sharing my results with you guys. It's going to be pretty cool as well because I've done a body fat test. It's called a DEXA scan, and I will leave some information on what that is below. So I got some interesting information from that test, and it might be interesting to see where I am maybe 3 months from now with continued proper nutrition and consistent exercise, how much lower I can get my body fat. Legit, I went in there and I was just hoping to be under 50% body fat. And I was 49. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I had a pretty decent number. I was surprised at how much of my body weight is lean mass, which is really, really good information to have because it affects the kind of goals that I've set for myself. I really need to reassess them and come up with some that are more realistic, because I think a lot of us women, we come up with these numbers on the scale that we want to see. And the number that I've had in my mind for pretty much all of my adult life, realizing how lean I am, I would literally have to lose muscle mass to be able to achieve that number, which I'm not interested in doing because muscle mass is what keeps our metabolisms up. And because I have so much muscle mass, my resting metabolic rate is rather high, which is a good thing because that means that when I do have my cheat meal per week, like once this is over, I'll be able to burn it off. And frankly, it's probably what saved me from going into like full on medical intervention swamp donkey mode all these years, because I've definitely been pushing it. When I fall off, I fall off. So it's interesting to see that even when I'm looking my worst, it could have been worse. So I'm feeling very fortunate and blessed and grateful to have had this lean mass to kind of help keep me afloat. That's all I really wanted to say today. I just wanted to let those of you who are interested know that yes, I am continuing with the Gauge Girl training 6-week shred, the paleo version. I've got 2.5 weeks left basically to go. So I will be filming my wrap up probably as soon as I can once I'm actually done. I already more or less have an idea of what my next phase of nutrition is going to be as well, so I will keep you guys informed on that. But until then, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a quick one, but it was just kind of a check-in / mini update, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!
That's some nappy-headed hose there, I'm gonna tell you that now.